Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Vijay Floresca.
Hi, I'm Yuchen.
And what are we doing today?
So we're splitting some tea today, you know?
What do you mean? What do you mean we're gonna spill some tea?
I mean, the show just came out from last
Mhm.
Thursday, right?
Yes.
And after the show, I mean, everything's going crazy,
Mhm.
and people want more, and we wanted to
Yes.
see more.
You know what? The reason why we're doing this, guys, is because I think that 1 hour is not enough for you guys to see what really happened. So we're just gonna dive into each episode and to kind of like give you some insiders about what happened without saying any spoilers. It's really more of like telling you guys what is in our point of view.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, but first, greet everyone first in your Like, so Yuchen is from China, right? So
Right.
greet everyone who is watching right now from China.
Hello， 大家好，我是雨辰，然后我身边的是 Veejay， 我来教 Veejay 说几句中文吧。Let me teach you how to speak Chinese.
Okay. Teach you some.
I want you to say hi to our Chinese fans.
Okay.
Just say hi. I think it's 你好，中国的网友们。
你好。
中国的。
Okay, slowly.
Yeah. 你好。
你好。
中国的网友们。
中国的网友们。
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so now I'm gonna teach you Tagalog words. Okay, so I'm gonna speak in Tagalog. Mabuhay! Ako po si Vijay Floresca at ito po si Yuchen. At ngayon ay magkakwentuhan kami para malaman nyo kung anong nangyari sa Project Runway. So I'm gonna teach you Tagalog words. Say, Mabuhay!
Mabuhay!
Ako si Yuchen.
Ako si Yuchen.
And kumusta kayo?
Kumusta kayo?
Wow! Okay, enough for that. Okay, so let's start.
Yeah, let's get it started.
Okay.
I mean, everybody see us on the TV and we all talking about our design, we all talking about our drama and stuff, but people never really about our past. I mean, it's very important for everybody,
Exactly.
Especially I know Veejay has a very, 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 very very, very amazing journey to make it to Project Runway. So I was really impressed, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I really want people to know what's our background story.
Okay, so let's start with you first. So tell me about your process, your journey, anything that you want to share.
Right. Okay. I grew up in China, and when I was very young, 2 years old, my parents divorced. I born in Xining, and my father took me to Xi'an to grow up. And at that point, my father is just he's trying to he just want me to vanish.
Wow.
So they really make my childhood really tough. It's just domestic violence. It's really dark for me at that point because it's just so hard.
Yeah.
And at that point, I always feel like I'm a loser. So every time before I wake up, I have to go through a dream. It's just in a wet mist, there has a very, very small ant is carrying this mountain big rice on its back.
Yeah.
And I have to go through that every time. Wow. Not just every day, every time, So when I was young, I always feel like that was me, that ant was me. And that rice is just my burden of my life, So that's starting from there. So as you know, I was I always feel like a loser. I can't even look at people's eye when I'm talking to people,
Wow, okay.
Never. So I think it's in my middle school or high school, I forgot. There's one day I was in an English class and there's a kid who's playing music on their phone. It's very fashionable at that point to have a phone. So he was playing Poker Face.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? The music's so good. It's so good. And starting from there, I get to know Lady Gaga. Her fashion, her style, it's so inspiring.
Yeah.
So starting from there, I was starting to making clothes at my home. I love art since I was so young, but I never loved fashion.
Yeah.
So I was using all these papers, plastic bags, and even some cardboard to make high heels and some amazing clothes at home. And I put them on by myself when I was home. And when I put them on and look at mirror, oh my God, I feel power.
Yeah. That's why if you're going to look at your clothes, there's that element of, I'm not saying it's very Lady Gaga, but you can see the influence of Lady Gaga. Like there's power, it's very avant-garde. There's like the streetwear influence of it, and now I get it because like
Right.
Lady Gaga inspired you to become creative.
Right. So when you look at me, I mean, everybody can relate to this. When you wear something beautiful, you feel powerful, right?
Yeah.
Especially when I wear all this like very strange clothes created by myself, I feel so powerful.
Yeah.
And starting from there, I was getting so brave. I totally changed myself since then. So fashion really changed my life. It's given me bravery. And since then, I was thinking about, fuck, in the future, I have to make this fashion brand to really empower the people who just like me.
Exactly.
Because there are so many kids just like me who cannot speak for themselves, who is like suffering from something, no matter it's domestic violence or something else. It's not easy. So I mean, fashion have this power. So that's how it started. Okay. So after that, I spent so many years. I went back to my mom. So my mom really supported me. She's the most important people of my life. So she devoted all her heart, all her money, everything to me to send me to the best school in China, which is China Academy of Art. But I was in Qinghai province. It's very far. It's near Tibet.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. So we don't have a very, very good education like in the system. So starting from there, my mom sent me to Hangzhou. And we're doing this like training for the enter exam for like college. And then nobody believed me. Everybody's saying, "What the fuck? You want to go to China Academy of Art? That's impossible." And then I proved them wrong, and I got in as the first person in my province, in China Academy of Art.
I mean, because you're amazing. I mean, you're not gonna be in Project Runway if you're not talented, if you're not amazing. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. What about your brand? Can you, of course, I'm sure that people who are watching right now, the first question that they might probably have is why your brand is called Alien Ant?
That's a good question. The ant obviously is from that dream, right? And for the alien part, I have to say something. So when I was young, I always feel lonely. I got abused. I got alienated.
Wow.
So I was so obsessed with alien mysteries. I like to read all these mystery books about UFOs, aliens, because I'm just obsessed. And I feel like I don't belong to the Earth. I never feel like I belong here. I feel like I am an alien in my inside somehow. I just feel that. And I have a vision of a big UFO is taking me away.
Oh, wow.
For no reason, just vision, just like the ant.
Yeah.
So the way how I combine them together is just combine alien and ant. And when I established this brand, it was in New York. It was in 2019. So after my China Academy of Art, I went to New York for my master's at FIT. But suddenly something changed. I got serious depression for no reason. So during that period of time, I'm having my depression, and so alien is just like a phoenix rising from fire.
Yes,
that's how it started. When you are a foreigner in the US, you are also called alien. So that's how you combine them together.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so well, in my case, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Well, me in my case, the reason why I got into fashion is, I mean, I thought I wanted to become a lawyer, just like my father, because my dad's a lawyer. And as much as I want to say that, I want to become a designer, but before in the Philippines, when you're a designer, not people really think that it's a very profitable job.
Exactly.
Most of the time when you tell kids what do you want to do when you get old, they always say to become a doctor, to become a lawyer, to become an engineer. So at the back of my mind, I always want to become a designer, but I never thought that it's going to be a career. So so I wanted to become a lawyer, and then I went to different schools. I tried the entrance exam and I did not pass. So I think it's really destiny. I think it's really destiny, because I feel that destiny, you can't beat destiny. Like if you're meant to be someone else, no matter how many times you try, or if you're destined to become a fashion designer, you will become a fashion designer. So that's what happened to me, and that's what happened to you as well.
I believe that.
Yeah, I really, really believe that. So so I went to school, I studied fashion design, I graduated, and then after that, it's like I decided that, maybe I should try living in the United States, because why not, right? You know,
Right.
it's like, it's an American dream. So yeah, so I moved to the US, and that's how it all started. You know, I love being here. It's very competitive though. Like, a lot of people think that
know.
it's easy, but it's very,
It's
very,
not.
very hard. That's why being in Project Runway is really helpful for your career, for
Right.
our career, because it will really show everyone what we do, you know, our brand, and hopefully that this amazing experience will reach to a lot of people so that you guys can support budding designers, you
Right.
know, small brands. I mean, as a buyer, I think it's important that you support up and coming businesses, because you're like investing to us. Like,
Right.
why make successful businesses already even more successful, right? So if you're watching right now and you want clothes, reach out to Yuchen, reach out
Support
to me.
us.
Not only us, like the designers,
Everybody.
because your purchase is like an investment towards our future.
Right.
And whatever you buy from us, it will help us to achieve our dreams, to continue what we're doing. So support up and coming designers, support Yuchen, support me, the rest of the designers, and spend your money wisely.
Right.
Okay, so let's start now. Giving
No,
them not
before we
yet.
start,
Okay.
I mean, you have a very wonderful story,
Mhm.
and I'm sure people want to hear more.
Okay.
So let's take our time.
Okay.
What's your pageant journey? Tell me about that.
Well, as you know, guys, I think I shared this to my social media that I'm a super fan of the show, Project
Right.
Runway. I've applied so many times. A lot. Like, I applied so many times. And
How many times?
since 2012.
Oh, wow.
Because I moved here 2012. I moved to San Francisco. And when I moved here, I'm like, okay, so I'm already here. So this is now my time to join Project Runway US. I applied so many times, but I got rejected almost every season. Like, not almost, like every season.
Did you do the audition?
Yeah, so I would the typical process where you will submit your application, and then you will submit your portfolio, and then like they will send you back an email. And I really, really hate it when I see the word unfortunately.
Oh my god.
Because that word
I feel ya.
is so important, that when you see the word unfortunately, it means that you did not get in. But guys, it did not really stop me from applying and applying again, because I feel that, like, if you really have the dream and the passion, I think that rejection should not stop you. It should even make you want to prove them that you deserve it, right?
And also, the reason why I ask Vijay about this question is because I know about this. I was so shocked when I hear Vijay was applying since she was here. It's 13 years or something.
Yeah.
It's wild, people. It's just this is a live example of how you can really, really stick in your dreams and never give up,
Yeah.
So Vijay, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. So if any one of you who's watching right now and you're in your darkest hour, and all of us have been there. I've been to my darkest hour. You've been to your darkest hour. If you're watching right now, I just want you to realize that you shouldn't never ever lose hope, because hope will transform everything that you've been going through right now into something that you will be surprised that, oh, whatever I'm experiencing right now, it makes sense because something better is happening. So don't give up, just relax, work harder, because the right time will happen at the right moment. You just need to be patient.
Right. I mean, all of my everything about my brand is all about transfer all this pain into power. It's all about yin and yang. So guys, I'm telling you, all the bad things is a gift for us. You're just waiting for its shine,
Yeah.
You will know later.
Yeah. Okay, so that is one of the things that we need to share to you guys. There's more for sure, but now I think we need to dive in to episode 1, which is House of Villain versus House of Princess.
Okay. So for this show, this time, I mean, this year is so different because we only have 12 designers. But before, I think it's 16 or something.
Yeah. So the difference between this season compared to other seasons is that like the number of designers
Right.
are really smaller. Like there's only like 12 of us.
Right.
Unlike other seasons, there's how many? Like
16 or
16,
something.
16. So this time, oh my God, 12 designers. So it's more, so the competition gets more competitive right away because it's like, wow.
Yeah, and also we only have like 10 episodes, which it make more intense,
Yeah, exactly. So so what was your reaction when you saw everyone's clothes displayed on the
God.
workroom?
Oh my God. When I first entered in, I saw there has a lot of like clothes, right? The clothes that I have memory, which is Miss Jones' clothes, because there has so many shells on it.
Yeah.
That's very special. And then I think it's Ethan's clothes because it's so grand,
Yeah.
it's just like out there, it's so big, and I think that's all because I was a little bit like nervous, so I'm not noticing everything. What about you?
Okay. So actually, it's a good observation. So I mean, if you've seen episode 1, guys, like you know that there are 10 mannequins, and each mannequin, it's our creation. So we were asked to bring one creation that would best represent our design aesthetic. And when I came in, I started looking at all the mannequins, and the first mannequin or the first design that I really, really love, even until now, that's my favorite, is the amazing work of Yuchen. Oh my God, it's amazing, guys. Like, yeah, you didn't see it in the episode 1, but it's a very well constructed suit made of lace, and the craftsmanship is so amazing. Like when I looked at it, I knew from day 1 that whoever made this look is going to be my number 1 competitor. I got scared.
She told me that.
Yeah, like I got scared. I was like, oh my God, who did this? And then when I met Yuchen, it's like, oh, you did this. I'm like, okay, I need to watch out.
Okay.
Because this person is so amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, that garment is my graduation collection of my master's. It's all talking about how I transfer all this pain into power. It's talking about my depression. You mean everybody has depression at these days, somehow at some point. But it's a good thing, I will tell you something later. So it's all about the beauty and the pain.
Yeah, and then the rest of the designers, like I think that you can really tell immediately that every designer has a very unique point of view. Like there's no designer that has like a similar design aesthetic. It's all like very, very different. That's why I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be a very, very hard journey for all of us because we're all really good.
But it's exciting.
Exactly.
You have all these very good competitors.
Yeah, it's very competitive. Everyone is really good. Everyone is very strong. So I was like, wow, this is amazing.
What about the contestants? Look at all these people. Who did you notice? And what's your first impression?
So the contestants, I saw some familiar faces for sure because like I've seen Project Runway from season 1 until I'm a big fan. So definitely Casey. I know she's from season 19. Jesus. Actually, I did not recognize Jesus because
so long.
He was so young when he competed, season 7, and then he came back after several seasons. So I did not really notice him. So but
Who is your favorite when you just saw these people for the first time?
Oh, I like Casey. I like Joan. I like I actually like Ethan. Ethan is very very friendly, right? And then you're very quiet. Yeah, you're very quiet. Angela is very quiet too.
Always.
Yeah, so yeah. What about you?
I mean, when I first entered in the room, as I said, I'm a little bit nervous, so I couldn't remember a lot of stuff, but I think I remember Ethan because he's so tall.
Yeah.
And also Miss Joan. Miss Joan is so funny because I don't know. And I see your red sweater.
Yeah.
And also the twins, they coming together and say, we are the twins. I was like, is that a joke?
Yeah.
But it's real.
Yeah.
And then I think that's it. That's the first impression.
Yeah.
After everybody coming here, we met Hattie. We met Christian. It's so magical.
Yeah.
I mean, you've already done TV shows before,
Yeah,
right?
so definitely I'm a fan of Christian Siriano. I mean, I'm obsessed with Heidi Klum. I'm glad that she's back. So
Right.
this is like, oh my god, yes, perfect, because she left Project Runway, right?
For many years, 8 years somehow.
And then she came back, so I was really, really happy to see her come back. She's
And
amazing.
you know, it's my first time to like, you know, doing a TV show, and it's my first time to see how TV show is making, and it's my first time to be like, you know, on a reality show. It's so new to me because
Yeah.
I'm a person who is very introvert. I don't even really talk to people that much, so everything is so fresh and so weird at the same time.
Okay.
When I see the people coming out and they're like, you know, when they're talking, they have to pause for a second because
Yeah.
they have to hear whatever
Yeah.
in their ear.
Okay.
But it's not shown on the TV. But
Yeah.
I just thought, what is happening? You know?
Yes,
So fresh.
but I think a lot of people who are watching right now, I think that they want to know what really happened between you and Jesus.
Oh my God, I will jump into there right away.
Yes.
Oh my God, bro.
Tell everyone how is
Okay.
it like yeah.
Not only
tell
me,
everyone.
also you.
Tell everyone.
Okay, let's jump. Maybe we can jump back later, but let's talk about Jesus. I mean, when I first see Jesus, I can definitely see he is a strong woman. You know, he's a very, very strong, like, you know, figure. You know, you can feel that vibe. And also Antonio is kind of similar with him, but it's so different at the same time. So I think it's starting from before the show. I'm telling you guys, you know, before whatever you guys see on screen is just one point. Before the show, Jesus was trying to mess up with me for like, you know, multiple times, you know. So here's the story. You know, you remember we going to that very fancy venue for fashion show, for the first fashion show,
Yes.
remember? So on the bus, we are like, you know, we are also very fresh. So we're asking about each other questions and stuff. I don't know where did you see it, but I was sitting with Jesus, we are very close. And Jesus was asking, hey, Yuchen, where are you from? I was like, I'm from China. He was like, what? China? That China? I was like, what do you mean by that China? They only have one China. And
Yeah.
Alex is also very shocked. Alex is like, what?
Yeah.
You know? So that's the first time he's trying to like, you know, mess up with me. I was like, okay. You know, I'm the person who is not related to like, you know, all these social identities. I don't recognize myself as a Chinese or as an Asian or as anything, you know. I recognize myself as an alien. I don't belong to anywhere. So I'm another kind. So that doesn't like, you know, hit me. I don't care. I don't give a shit at all. And then we're talking about who is the judge. And you know, I don't know La Roche before, do you?
Yeah, I do.
He's very famous, but I don't know about him. So Jesus was like, La Roche is a new judge. He's so exciting. He's so famous and stuff. I was like, I don't know him. And Jesus was a little bit angry. And he was like, oh wow, Yuchen, that's why we are here to educate you. I was like, you don't have to educate me, bro. And people are like, you know, for example, Alex is like, you know, helping me. She was saying, maybe La Roche gonna ask Yuchen for like, you know, collaboration later, where he has to know it right now, you know?
Exactly.
So that's why it started. And then on the show, I mean, we are the same team, right? We are a team of villains, you know. Actually, we're all villains. That's for real.
Yeah, we're all villains.
Real.
Yeah.
Real. And then, I mean, everybody is doing black.
Yeah.
Except Jesus is doing red.
Yeah.
But I don't know. At the first minute, I was trying to recommend him as our team leader.
Yeah.
Because he was saying, I wanted to be a team leader. I was like, you know, Christian, he wanted to be a team leader. I think he can because he got the power. You know, very like, you know, strong, like, you know, vibe.
Yeah.
And then the next minute, he was like, Yuchen, you have to take your list. You have to take part your list and give your list to everybody because our collection need to be cohesive. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We have all these different fabrics on here. We have leather. We have velvet. We have everything.
Yeah.
Why my lace, bro? And also my lace is already done.
Yeah.
My
And
dress
you
is
don't have
already
you don't have a lot.
No, because it's very expensive
It's a
and
very
it's already
expensive
become
lace.
a dress.
Yeah.
You know, so I was very shocked why he's speaking on me. Well, he's the biggest problem, you know. When I see all these clothes on here, everything is black except he is red. You know, this part didn't go out, but I'm telling you, when La Roche is trying to judge him, the first word La Roche said is, "You are selfish." It's cut it.
I can remember that.
It's
yeah,
cut
because
it.
I wasn't there, right? I already left.
It's cut it.
So okay.
La Roche is so mad when La Roche first see him, you know. La Roche is like, "You are so selfish because you are the only one who's using red in your team."
Okay.
You know. So that's how it happens.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, congratulations because you're in the top 3, and you know, guys, like, oh, Yuchen and I are sharing the same table.
Yeah, we're table mate.
So basically, we're table mate. That's why I really saw the process of Yuchen making that dress. And oh my God, guys, that dress is couture. It's all handmade. It's all hand sewn. Like, I remember me doing the patterns and then already cutting my fabrics, and then I see Yuchen hand sewing everything. Then I already sew it, and then when I get back again, Yuchen is still hand sewing everything. Everything is hand sewn.
Right.
The only thing that he used the sewing machine is when he put the zipper.
Oh my God!
But everything is handmade. So guys, like, that dress is couture. That's why I'm really happy that you made it in the top 3, because I think that you really deserve to be in the top 3. And yeah, and I actually thought that you're gonna win. But then when I look at Ethan's dress, I think Ethan's dress looks more villain.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, especially on the runway, when we're like watching it on the runway, like when you see Ethan's model walking down, especially when she walked out, like
Right.
the cape at
It's
the back,
grand.
it's very
It's just
grand.
grand.
The movement is really like very dramatic. I think it captured the challenge
Right.
really well. That's why they picked Ethan to be the winner. But my personal favorite was your dress, because I
Oh.
saw you made it, and it's so it's like labor of love.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, we're table mate, so we know how our work's going, and we know how each other's process is going. So
Yeah.
for me, to be honest, at the first challenge, you know, I was kind of slow. Veejay is so fast. I was
Yeah.
watching her. She was like doing all these patterns and very quietly and very fast.
Yeah.
And I'm so pressured, to be honest. I did my pattern wrong for 3 times.
Wow.
At the first challenge. And you know, at that point I was thinking, fuck, I'm gonna go home at the first challenge. It's not
Yeah.
as easy as I saw.
Yeah,
You know?
it's not easy, guys. Trust me. What you
No,
see
it's
on
different.
what you see on TV, it's like very fast. Of course, because they need to edit it. You know,
Right.
they can't show everything because it's only like 1 hour, not including the commercials. So
40
technically,
minutes.
45 minutes. So
Right.
it's like, how can you inject all of these things in one episode? So guys, like, yeah. So if you're watching, it's not easy. It's very, very hard.
Right. So at that point, I was thinking about I'm going home, and then I saw Veejay is doing all these patterns very fast and very quietly. And when it's come to the quiet, I see there has some interesting thing. So both Ethan and Jesus is talking about you and being separated, not being a team player.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what happened, to be honest, because
Mhm.
I'm at your side.
Yeah.
At that point, I don't even see this. So what
Mhm.
happened?
I don't know too.
Right?
I don't know. Maybe because I am so focused
Right.
on what
That's
I'm
what I'm
doing.
thinking.
So I wasn't really paying attention to what everybody else is doing. So maybe
Right.
that's what makes them think that I am not a team player.
Right.
So I think, moving on next time, I think I need to be more extra attentive to other people around me.
No,
So,
yeah, no, good.
Mhm.
So here's something I want to explain to you guys, because we're at the same table and we're in the same team. I don't know what happens at that part because I didn't see that. I think it's just like what Veejay said. She is so focused on her job and nothing really happening. I don't
Yeah.
even know why Ethan and Jesus is talking something like that. And maybe it's some dramatic moments for the show, but the reality is she's just focused on her work.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Yeah.
And also, what about your relationship with Jesus? Because you have a fight with sewing machine.
Oh, the sewing machine. Well, I mean, as you can see, guys, like, like there was a little bit of drama there, but yeah, because like my work is like, if I'm using the machine, I will use just one sewing machine, because it's like I don't want to like keep moving around.
Right.
And there's a lot of sewing machine. We all
Right.
have our own sewing machine. So
Right.
there's 12 sewing machine. So to me, I'm like, okay, I'll use the sewing machine so that I can leave my stuff there and then come back there. So I went to press, and then
Right.
when I came back, I saw Jesus using the sewing machine. So I asked him if it's like, oh, can I use it back? And then he's using it. So yeah, that's where the drama started. But I mean, I understand too that, like, it's not my sewing machine. But like, to me, I think it's better when you are using your own sewing machine, so that when the person wants to use it again, that person does not need to go and move to another sewing machine, because we only have one day. So like, moving to different machine will consume more time. So that's just about it, guys. But yeah, like, it just created that a little bit of drama.
But to be honest, Veejay, I think you don't have to apologize for anything, because in my point of view, I think Jesus is doing too much. I mean, as we all know, as a fashion designer, you have to thread all this, like, things through machine. It's taking time. You have to test.
Yeah.
It's taking time, and this is a fucking competition. You cannot just taking her machine just like that. I mean, you can use it if you want to use it. When she's coming back, you have to leave.
Yeah.
And the way how she treat Veejay is just what's the word? it's just too much.
Wow. Well, okay. Well, yeah, but like, it is what it is. Like, we're very competitive people, so it's just really normal that like, to experience that kind of heat, right? That kind of like heat.
So tell me about your look at the first episode.
Okay, thank you. So for this particular challenge, we're like House of Villain, right? So my look was inspired by Ursula. Okay, because I like Ursula because like, she's very oversized. Like, I like Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid is one of my favorite Disney movies, so I love Ursula, and I just really want to create something that feels very modern. I know that I know from the beginning that I want to make pants, because like, I want to challenge myself. I always do a lot of gowns and evening wear. So for me, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do something else. That's why I decided to create pants. And then I want to exaggerate it, make it like, oversized, because my inspiration is Ursula. And then for the leather top, I want to create that top because I want to mimic, the tentacles of Ursula. So it has movement. I like the reflection of the leather because I think it looks super modern. And then I use your tool. Remember, I asked tool from you, the black tool, the one that you use for your dress. I asked tool from you so that our collection can look cohesive. So I used the tool under the leather, and then I made a bandeau so that she's not naked, so that you don't see nipples, right? Because you should like something sexy.
Oh my God.
But we said, okay, let's make like a bandeau inside. So I made that. And guys, okay, here's the thing. They did not show the jacket. Remember, I have a jacket.
Oh, right, because you have two things. I think they didn't show where you take it off.
Yeah, so I have a jacket. I actually made a jacket for that look. It's an oversized jacket. I really love it. Sometimes I still think why I did not use the jacket, but I think the reason why I did not use that jacket is because if I use the jacket, I think my look is going to look very different than the rest. That's why I decided that, okay, maybe I should let go of the jacket and then just use the leather because it's gonna look more cohesive. Because Angelo used leather too. So it's like, okay, if I use leather, it's gonna be similar to Angelo's material. Then if I use the tool, it's gonna be similar to you. That's why I'm being a team player. That's why I let go of the jacket. But yeah.
Right. But I do think your look is very special. It's very modern,
Yeah.
I love the cut. It's very different. I think whatever you made for the pants, it's very good.
Yeah. I love it too. Okay, so what do you think of the bottom three?
Let's do the bottom three. Oh, we haven't talked about the top three.
I already.
We haven't talked about Jesus look.
Well, talk about it.
I mean, for the top three, Jesus is in the top, right? And I was shocked, to be
Oh
honest.
wow. Okay.
I was shocked. I think a lot of people do. Because, I mean, that clothes is ugly. I'm sorry, but it's ugly.
Okay.
I mean, that I just don't understand that white coat is that red coat. It's just like, it feels heavy for me. Especially you have all these flowers like, underneath here. It's really feel like,
Okay.
heavy. And also just like La Roche said, you didn't like, give her waist. You didn't like, give her support of the breast. That's where I feel like I don't feel like he belonged to the top three, to be honest.
Wow.
For real.
Okay.
Not because like, he's like, calling me a little bitch or calling you a little bitch. We're both little bitches.
Yeah.
No, because I'm a person who is like, I like what I like. I don't like what I don't like. So for me, that is not the top three look. I think the reason why they put Antonio on bottom and put Jesus on top is they want to create this conflict of the brother, I mean, that's part of the show, but still, from a very professional perspective, I don't think Jesus should be on the top.
Okay. Well, that's your opinion,
Right.
and I mean, some people will agree, some people will not agree.
Exactly.
So that's what fashion is all about.
Right.
It's very subjective. Okay, so let's talk about the bottom three. Let's start with Joseph McRae.
Okay. Do you want to start? Or?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. I mean, for Joseph, we haven't talked about Joseph, but to be honest, I really, really like him. I feel like he is so beautiful. He's so gorgeous. He has this personality that nobody have. Especially when he talk about like Joseph McRae show and stuff. When I see him on screen, I feel like he's a celebrity already. He's like glamorous. He's shiny, and his style is so authentic. It's so different. It's all this big oversized stuff. It's something,
Yeah.
I mean, plus size model is not easy to handle, but I mean, I like his jacket. I just don't feel like the dress should match with like this jacket. I feel maybe that's why, but I do like the jacket. What about you?
I mean, I like the color for sure. I like that Joseph McRae's aesthetic is very on point. Like, when you see his outfit, when you see what he's wearing, it's a reflection of what he designs for other people. Like, he's very authentic to who he is as a designer. So yeah, although like I feel that I think that the reason why he is in the bottom, I think it's because like like maybe they did not like the skirt or the jacket. I mean, I think they love the jacket, but Law loved the look too. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I like it. I like the color. I like the oversized jacket, and his model is very confident. And yeah, and I really like that he is very authentic to his point of view. What about Angelo?
Angelo?
Yeah. I mean, what about Antonio? Sorry. What about Antonio?
Antonio, I mean, to be honest, I didn't look at each team's like look during the work because I'm so focused. It's the first challenge. We have to focus. But I do remember Antonio's look is on there. He have all this like what's the technique? Ruffles. I mean, it's so beautiful, to be honest. I see that a big ruffle on there. I see it's very princess, to be honest. And then when I see this look, I mean, in general, it doesn't look as good as when it's on a mannequin. But I do feel like after he opened the clothes and shows that little skirt underneath, that looks better.
Yeah.
So I really think Antonio doing a better job than Jesus, to be honest. To be honest.
Yeah. So you like Antonio's look more than Jesus?
Yes, I did.
Okay, interesting. Well, me personally, I know that the print is not for everybody, especially in their team. Some people love the print, some people hate the print. But if you're gonna ask me, I actually love the print. I think that the print is very sweet. It's very like it's giving me princess vibe. So I actually like the print. I love the colors. Obviously, I like red, right? I like red. I like the print. And regarding the jacket, regarding the coat, like I said, I think he needs the jacket to add wow factor. I
Right.
think what went wrong in this is the way he presented the styling, because
Right.
because the model was too covered up. That's why
Maybe he should do a reveal.
yeah,
right?
maybe she should have opened it in. But yeah, like, you know, like I like the dress. It's very princess. So now let's talk about Casey. This is really very sad.
It's emotional. I mean, at the first glance, I didn't know Casey is from, like, you know, the last season because I've just watched it, you know. But I think for Casey's look, I feel like for me, I don't really like, you know, asymmetrical design. Is that asymmetrical?
Asymmetrical, yeah.
Because I mean, that is very hard. If you didn't do, like, you know, asymmetrical well, it looks like student work for me. You know, that's how I always tell my students to treat, like, you know, how to use asymmetrical as a tool. You know, it's dangerous.
Yeah, it's true. Well, me, like, I mean, for some reason, like, I mean, it looks good in person.
Yeah, it
you
doesn't
know?
look that bad, to be honest.
It doesn't look bad in person. But yeah, like, I love Casey. Casey's a very sweet girl. You know, like, she talks to everybody. I like hanging out with Casey. That's why, you know, like, I was very, very sad when she left again on the first episode, because, you know, she already said it, guys, that during her season 19 she was also the first person that was sent home. So to me, during that time, I remember I was in the backstage and I was crying, you know.
Same.
Because we were crying.
Same.
Actually, all of us were crying because it's like, especially that's the first elimination, so we're all very emotional. And also, like, the idea of, like, it happening to you twice. You know, that is very traumatic. That's why, like, we were all crying and being emotional, because, like, you don't want that to happen to you, you know, to anyone else. But yeah, like, you know, like, please support Casey. She's amazing. If you actually see her work, it's actually very, very nice. That's why, guys, this is one of the things that I just want to be very, very honest with the people who are watching, that being there, doing everything in one day is crazy. Because no matter how creative you are, if you don't know how to execute your designs fast enough, then you will be in trouble, you know?
I'm a living example of that part.
Yeah, because, you know, it's like, yeah, it's very, very hard. So be supportive, and don't be so mean on social media. Because we're normal people and we love what we're doing, but sometimes it's really the time is your number one
when you
enemy.
need to meme, be mean. When you don't need to meme, be sweet, you know.
Okay, so that's all for now, right? So
and wait,
what else?
If you think who should we go home at this challenge?
Yes, I think share your opinion, guys. If do you think that
really need to be go
if
home?
you think that Casey deserved to go home, or if you think that any designer, but be mindful of your comments, you know, be subjective, don't be so mean. So share your opinion, because we want to hear. And did you like my outfit? Did you like Yuchen's outfit? Say it.
So what do you think? Who should we go home, actually? Or you don't want to answer this question?
No.
Either way.
Yeah. What about you?
I think Jesus should go home.
Really? But he's in the he's in the
That's
winning
what I'm
team.
saying. That's why I'm thinking about. This is because
he's in the winning
show.
team.
This is because of the show, and also he's in the winning team. And I think maybe they just want some drama. But to me, I think he really have to go home rather than Antonio on the bottom. You know.
Yeah.
That's my real thinking.
That's
I
why,
really don't like his look.
Yeah, that's why group challenge is very complicated.
Right.
Because, you know, when you work with people, sometimes you need to also sacrifice your own, you know, vision. Not all the time, but it's hard. Group challenge is really, really hard.
Right.
So yeah.
I mean, for this episode, the most, like, you know, important part is, and the most funny part is how I have this trouble with, like, you know, Jesus. So you remember we have this fight after we going
in the lounge.
In the lounge, we're having drinks and stuff. So what do you think? How do you feel when you see me fighting back to Jesus like that?
I was, I was just watching you and Jesus talk about it, and I think that it's important that you actually speak up, because Jesus is very, he's not he's very opinionated.
Right.
He would really tell you what he's thinking, and you are the opposite. You're more introvert, you're more quiet. So when I saw you speaking up against Jesus, I am like, oh, okay. So Yuchen is actually the type of person that, yes, he is very quiet, but once it's time to speak up, you will speak up. So yeah.
Right. And also, I think this doesn't cut into the show, but I think at the end of the fighting, I told Jesus, at the end of the day, we hate each other, but we love each other.
Yeah.
We beat each other, but after all, we are all friends.
Yeah,
That's what I said, So I mean, this is a reality show, just like our lives. Everybody has ups and downs. Everybody on the top, everybody going to the bottom. Everybody argue with the people you love or the people you hate. But guys, it's all experience. Everything is good, because just like what I said, there's yin and yang in this universe.
Yeah.
They are existing because of each other. So just embrace everything. That's all I want to say.
So thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
And I hope that this conversation gives you an insider about our personal opinions about what happened. And please follow us. Please continue to watch it. And we're not finished yet, because we are going to talk about episode 2 in our next video. Bye.
Bye.